Hello, and welcome to the English Learning Podcast. My name is Jake, and I'm very happy you are here today. If you are listening to this episode, I want you to know one thing first. You are not alone. Many English learners around the world feel scared when they want to speak English. They know some words. They understand some English. But when it is time to speak, fear comes. Maybe your heart beats fast. Maybe your mind goes blank. Maybe you are afraid of making mistakes. Or maybe you are afraid that people will laugh at you. If you feel this way, this episode is for you. Today's topic is how to speak English without fear. In this episode, we will talk about why you feel afraid, and more importantly, how you can slowly remove that fear. I want to say something very important right now. You do not need perfect English to speak English. You do not need a strong accent or big words. You only need courage and practice. In this podcast, I will use simple words and simple sentences. I want you to understand everything easily. You can listen, relax, and learn step by step. By the end of this episode, you will understand why fear happens, learn how to change your thinking, learn simple ways to practice speaking, and feel more confident about speaking English. So please take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and remember, this is a safe place to learn. Let's begin this journey together. Now, let's talk about what fear in speaking English really is. Before we learn how to remove fear, we must first understand what fear really is. Fear in speaking English is a feeling. It is not a problem with your intelligence. It is not a problem with your ability. Fear is a reaction in your mind and body. When you want to speak English, your mind may say, "What if I say something wrong? What if people don't understand me? What if they laugh at me?" Because of these thoughts, your body reacts. Your heart beats faster. Your hands may shake. Your mouth feels dry. And suddenly, you stop speaking. This is fear. Fear makes you silent. It tells you to wait. It tells you to be quiet. It tells you to stay safe. But here is the truth. Fear is trying to protect you, but it is protecting you in the wrong way. Fear does not mean you are bad at English. Fear does not mean you cannot learn. Fear only means you care. Many English learners think, if I feel fear, it means I am not good at English. That is not true. Even people who speak English well sometimes feel fear. Even native speakers feel nervous in some situations. Fear is normal. Fear is human. The problem is not fear itself. The problem is letting fear control you. In this podcast, we will not fight fear. We will understand it. And then we will learn how to move forward with fear, not stop because of it. Now that you understand what fear is, let's talk about why English learners feel afraid to speak. Now let's talk about an important question. Why do English learners feel afraid to speak? There is not just one reason. There are many reasons, and most learners feel the same way. The first reason is fear of making mistakes. Many learners think, if I make a mistake, it is very bad. But this thinking creates fear. When you worry too much about mistakes, you stop speaking. The second reason is fear of people's opinions. You may think, people will laugh at me. People will judge my English. People will think I am stupid. These thoughts are very strong. They can stop you before you even start speaking. The third reason is fear of pronunciation. Many learners worry about their accent. They think, my pronunciation is not good. I don't sound like a native speaker, so they stay silent. But remember, an accent is not a problem. It is part of who you are. The fourth reason is fear of forgetting words. You may know many words, but when you want to speak, your mind suddenly becomes empty. This is very common. And when this happens, fear grows. Another big reason is past bad experiences. Maybe a teacher corrected you in a bad way. Maybe someone laughed at you before. Maybe you felt embarrassed in class. Your mind remembers this pain. So now, when you want to speak, fear comes back again. And finally, many learners are afraid because they learned English only from books, not from speaking. They studied grammar. They memorized rules. But they did not practice speaking, so speaking feels strange and scary. If you feel afraid because of these reasons, please listen carefully. Nothing is wrong with you. These fears are normal. Almost every English learner feels them. The good news is this: if fear is learned, fear can also be unlearned. And the first step is understanding. The next step is changing how you see mistakes. So now, let's talk about the truth about mistakes in English. Now let's talk about something that scares many English learners: mistakes. Many learners think mistakes are bad. They think mistakes mean failure. They think mistakes mean they are not smart. But this is not the truth. The truth is simple. Mistakes are part of learning. Think about a child learning to walk. The child falls many times, but the child does not stop. The child stands up and tries again. Learning English is the same. Every mistake you make is a step forward. Every mistake shows that you are trying. Here is something very important to remember. If you never make mistakes, it means you are not speaking enough. Mistakes mean you are using the language. Mistakes mean your brain is learning. Even native English speakers make mistakes. They say the wrong word. They forget things. They change their sentence in the middle. But they do not stop speaking. They continue. Another truth is this: most people are not judging you. People are busy thinking about themselves. They care more about the message than your grammar. If your English is not perfect, but people understand you, you are successful. Communication is the goal. Perfection is not the goal. Instead of saying, "I am afraid of mistakes," try to say, "Mistakes help me learn." Change mistakes from an enemy into a teacher. When you stop fighting mistakes, fear becomes smaller. When you accept mistakes, confidence grows. So from today, make a new rule: speak first, learn later. Now that you understand the truth about mistakes, let's talk about a new way of thinking. Next, we will learn why you should speak first and think about perfection later. Now, let's talk about your thinking, because how you think about English changes how you speak English. Many learners have this idea in their mind: I will speak English when my English is perfect. But this idea is dangerous, because perfect English does not come first. Speaking comes first. If you wait for perfect English, you may wait forever. The truth is simple. You learn to speak English by speaking English. You do not need long sentences. You do not need big words. You do not need perfect grammar. You only need to start. Let me give you a simple example. If you say, "Yesterday I go market." Yes, it is not perfect, but people understand you. Your message is clear. That is success. Now compare that to saying nothing. Silence does not help you learn. Speaking does. When you speak first, your brain learns faster. Your confidence grows little by little. Perfection is something that comes later, after practice, after mistakes, after real communication. So change your rule. Old rule: I must be perfect before I speak. New rule: I speak first, and I improve later. This new thinking removes pressure. It makes speaking feel lighter. It makes English more friendly. Remember this sentence: progress is better than perfection. Every time you speak, you move one step forward. Now that your thinking is changing, let's talk about simple daily habits that can help you reduce fear and speak more easily. Now let's talk about simple daily habits. These habits are small, but they can reduce fear a lot. You do not need many hours. You do not need special tools. You only need a few minutes every day. The first habit is talking to yourself in English. Yes, talk to yourself. This is very powerful. You can talk in the mirror. You can talk while walking. You can talk while cooking. Say simple sentences like, "Today is a busy day. I am making tea now. I feel a little tired." When you talk to yourself, there is no pressure. No one is listening. No one is judging you. This helps your mouth and brain feel comfortable. The second habit is speaking slowly. Many learners speak fast because they are nervous, but fast speaking creates more mistakes and more fear. Slow down. Take your time. Speaking slowly is clear and confident. The third habit is using simple sentences. You do not need long sentences. Simple sentences are strong. For example, I like this book. This is difficult for me. I am learning English every day. Simple English is good English. The fourth habit is repeating and shadowing. Listen to short English audio. Pause it. Repeat the sentence, or speak at the same time as the speaker. This is called shadowing. This habit improves pronunciation and makes speaking feel natural. The fifth habit is speaking every day, even for a short time. 5 minutes is enough. 10 minutes is great. Daily speaking is better than long study one day and no practice the next day. Fear becomes smaller when speaking becomes normal. The last habit is being kind to yourself. Do not say, "My English is bad." Say, "My English is improving." Kind words reduce fear. Harsh words increase fear. Small habits, done every day, create big confidence. Now that you know these habits, let's talk about how to practice speaking without pressure and stress. Now let's talk about something very important. How can you practice speaking English without pressure? Many learners think they must speak in public or speak with fluent people. That idea creates stress. But you can practice speaking in safe and easy ways. The first way is speaking alone. This is the best place to start. You can speak alone every day. Talk about your day. Talk about your plans. Talk about what you see around you. No pressure. No fear. Just practice. The second way is using voice notes. Record your voice on your phone. Speak for 1 minute. Then listen. Do not judge yourself. Just listen and learn. Over time, you will hear improvement. The third way is practicing short conversations. You do not need long talks. Short conversations are enough. Simple questions like, "How are you? What do you do? What did you do today?" Short speaking reduces fear and builds confidence. The fourth way is speaking with supportive people. Choose people who are kind. Choose people who understand you are learning. You can speak with a friend, a classmate, an online language partner. Avoid people who make you feel bad. The last way is accepting silence. Sometimes you will stop. Sometimes you will think. That is okay. Silence is not failure. It is part of speaking. When you remove pressure, your voice becomes freer. Your confidence becomes stronger. Now, let's move to the next step. Let's talk about how to build confidence step by step. Now let's talk about building confidence. Confidence does not come in one day. It comes step by step. The first step is start small. Do not try to speak long sentences at first. Start with one sentence, then two, then a short conversation. The second step is celebrate small progress. If you speak one sentence today, say to yourself, "Good job. I spoke English today." Small wins create big confidence over time. The third step is track your improvement. You can write a diary or record your voice. After a few weeks, listen or read. You will see how much you improved. This is very motivating. The fourth step is be patient with yourself. Learning English takes time. Do not compare yourself with others. Focus on your progress. Remember this: confidence grows when you act, not when you wait. Every small step you take makes your fear smaller and your confidence stronger. Now that you know how to build confidence, let's finish the podcast with some motivation and final advice. Before we finish, I want to give you some important advice. First, remember this: you can speak English. You have the ability. You only need courage and practice. Second, do not let fear stop you. Fear is normal, but it does not control you. Every time you speak, even a little, you become stronger and braver. Third, be kind to yourself. Do not say, "I am not good at English." Say, "I am learning. I am improving." Fourth, practice every day. Small steps are better than no steps. Even 5 minutes of speaking today is better than waiting for perfect English tomorrow. And finally, remember this: confidence comes from action, not from waiting. Start speaking today. Make mistakes, learn from them, and enjoy the journey. You are not alone. Millions of learners feel the same fear, and many of them have overcome it. You can too. Keep speaking, keep trying, and keep believing in yourself. Thank you for listening today. Remember the key points. Fear is normal. Mistakes are okay. And small steps build confidence. Now it's your turn. Speak a little English today. Try one sentence, one conversation, one step. The more you practice, the less fear you will feel. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends who want to speak English. And remember, you can speak English without fear. Start today. Goodbye, and see you in the next episode.